my 18 most anticipated TBL series of 2025. Some of us might no longer that enthusiastic when it comes to upcoming TBL dramas, probably because some of them are quite repetitive and not that enticing for everyone. But for me, there are still some exciting TBL series to look forward to in 2025 because they offer something different or just probably the vibe of the whole show. If you have your own list of BL dramas that you anticipate this year, feel free to share it on the comment section below. Before that, some of these shows might not be available in your country due to geo-blocked restriction. If that's the case, then you might want to sign up to ExpressVPN so you can unlock these geo-blocked BL dramas. Use the link on the description below to have 61% discount plus an additional 4 months free of usage if you opt to avail the 24-month plan. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. First on my list, Revamp. Aside from being a sucker for Bon-Prem series, I'm also a huge fan of vampire shows. When it comes to this kind of genre, I'm hoping more of the supernatural stuff rather than the actual romance, but it will definitely depend on the writing. The director of this show is kinda 50-50 to me, since there were series in the past which I did not like that much, but there were also some pretty good shows such as My Only 12% and Until We Meet Again. It's been almost 9 months, and during that duration, the company hasn't started filming this yet, so it's safe to assume that this series would air sometime around the second half of 2025. The pilot teaser gave us some hints on what to expect on this series, but without the trailer itself, it would be hard to predict what's to come. Number 2 on my list, I'm the Most Beautiful Count. Ever since the official pilot was released last year, I'm already decided that this series would end up in my watch list when it comes out. The main character of the show is quite charming, and with his vibrant personality based on the official pilot, I would definitely love his character so much. For its release date, there are rumors hinting that the series would air after the end of Pit Babe Season 2. The latter would air sometime around April, so we could expect this series to air sometime around July, which is 6 months from now. That might be a long time to wait, but a great series is to have a great production too. Number 3 on my list, My Magic Prophecy. I'm not sure if this series has a genre of fantasy, but this feels so much magical even though the plot is kind of somewhat dark. Jimmy C is back again for another series, and I'm really hoping that this series will be even greater than their previous drama, although that would be quite tough for the whole team. As for the director, this series has the director of The Sign, which was truly one of the best series we had in 2023 to 2024, so I guess we could expect a great show with this one. Number 4 on my list, Burnout Syndrome. As someone who really loves Not Me, even almost 4 years since it was first released, I'm definitely not skipping this series because aside from having quite dark storyline, Off-Gun will be the leads while also having Dew as part of the show, which makes me even more excited for this series. Their chemistry with one another is through the roof, and I hope that also translates with the actual series itself. Talking about Not Me, its director will be the one in charge of this drama once more, while also one of the screenwriters as well. I hope that this series would end up bigger than even Not Me in terms of greatness and success. Number 5 on my list, Memoir of Ratty. The last period BL series that I watched was I Feel You Linger in the Air, which ended up as my best series way back in 2023. Having the same genre might be a key to be one of the best series again, but it will definitely depend on the writing of the show. The chemistry is also given with the main couple, and I'm excited that they are given the chance to work with something big such as this. I just hope that the plot would have an exciting storyline in order to catch the attention of its audiences. Number 6 on my list, Love of Salome. One of the comeback BL couples of 2025 is Upum, and I'm happy that they will star once more in a heavy drama series. I also love rom-com shows, but I do think that this genre really fits them well, especially with their talents in acting. I just hope that their scenes in this series will be even more dramatic than their previous shows, and I also hope that their relationship won't be as toxic as My Stand-In, which turned off quite a lot of fans before. Number 7 on my list, Reset. The official pilot just got uploaded, and I'm already anticipating for its arrival in 2025. A series with Pond as the main character will always intrigue me because of how great he is as an actor. He definitely has chemistry with his new on-screen partner, but I'm more excited on the dynamics of the characters in the whole series. The plot actually reminds me of my stand-in and some vertical shorts I have been seeing in other social media platforms these days, so it would be a pretty tough job for the production to have its own identity. I just hope that the airing date would be sooner than later. Number 8 on my list, My Golden Blood. Just like Revamp, My Golden Blood is another upcoming Thai BL series with vampire plot in it but with different main leads. Joss Garwin is a new on-screen couple we have under XylonAkauMSTS, so everyone is anticipating its arrival because we have seen this partnership before. Aside from that, the plot looks interesting to me, but I hope that the action scenes and effects would have an upgraded version once the series starts airing this year. Number 9 on my list, The X Morning. It's no longer a secret that I'm a huge fan of Singto and Christ since their Sotus days, and I was really glad when GMMTV announced their upcoming series last year. Although the two actors had played new characters in I'm Team Me 2 way back in 2020, it wasn't actually a BL show. 9 years later since their first series together, it's exciting to see whether the both of them still got the chemistry they have shown before and also the plot for their new series. Based on some updates that we got, a new information will be shared to the public after the Chris Singto fan meet in Japan next week. Number 10 on my list, The Red Envelope. It's been almost 4 years since we had the last BKPP series, and since then, the two actors focused more on their respective careers. Thankfully, our beloved BKPP has a new movie coming out later this year that is based on the Taiwanese movie Marry My Dead Body. I actually haven't seen this yet, probably because it was tagged as not a BL, but let's see if this new remake will adapt everything or make its own twist. Number 11 on my list, Ticket to Heaven. Although it is said to be slated in 2026, I really won't stop talking about this series until it finally airs. This is probably the most controversial series that GMMTV will be doing in years, and I'm seated on what's to come in this series. I'm glad that the chemistry and the tension between Gemini and Fourth will be in a next level, and I can't wait to witness whether this series would have a happy or sad ending, or probably even an open ending. Number 12 on my list, Chemjira. As someone who has always been a scaredy cat when it comes to horror series, I'm actually surprised to be interested in this series knowing that one of its genres is horror. It's probably the actor's charm in the official pilot which makes me excited on their story, but I'm hoping that the writing would be good with this one. In terms of visuals, I'm not gonna lie that this series is one of the strongest when it comes to that, so let's hope that everything won't be wasted in the actual series itself. As of now, the production is currently ongoing, so we could expect it to air sometime around the second quarter or probably even third quarter if there would be any delay. Aside from these 12 titles which I mentioned, here are the other 6 upcoming BL dramas of 2025 that I'm excited to watch and hoping to have a good production overall. Number 13 on my list, Love Upon a Time. Number 14 on my list, 8 Hours. Number 15 on my list, Me and Thee. Number 16 on my list, The Next Prince. Number 17 on my list, My Sweetheart John. And last, Me and Who the series. I only listed 18 as of now, but there are tons of upcoming Thai BL series in 2025, and I hope that these series will be miles ahead in comparison with our list in 2024. Which upcoming Thai BL series do you anticipate the most this year? Thank you for watching. That's it, and see you on the next one.